Hello and welcome to the Comedy Club podcast. I am your host, Dustin Kaufman, here with Carlos Santos.
What's up, everybody?
We're at the Lawrence location. We've done it in the green room here a couple times and figured let's just move it to the stage. And
Every episode is in a new spot.
it's next week will be in the bathroom.
He's sitting in the toilet.
Stay tuned for Learn More Jonasy in the bathroom. Learn more. How you been, bud? Hello?
How long are you going to be podcasting? I just got to do number one.
Great set, by the way.
Thank you, man.
Love
Appreciate
it.
This was
First
fun.
time I've seen you live. Love having you out here. Very, very fun set. I do have to say that.
Thank you.
I usually do zero research
That's the way to go.
and come in here just completely conversational.
Yeah.
And I want to be upfront and transparent. I, for some reason, Googled you and looked at your Wikipedia.
So you cheated.
I'm glad I did, though, because your Wikipedia says Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Which I'm a big nerd.
Do you remember 3 minutes ago when I said, does he get to keep the toys?
I want to
Talk
keep
about
the
our friend.
toys.
Yeah, that's why.
I have a wonderful collection.
Great. Me too.
Like 80s, original 80s in the box. I got some ink right here connected to a Batman tattoo. And
That's
just so when I read that, I did pop. But it was referencing television that you learned. You're from Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
Moved here, and then you learned English watching television.
Literally.
And it mentioned Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and a couple other amazing
So
classics.
I was growing up when Disney afternoons were happening. Remember that?
Yeah.
So when I got cable and I was in, because I did go to an English, in Puerto Rico, I did go to a school that it was an all English thing, but I was only there for 4th and 5th grade. But my parents got me cable so it could help me. So that's literally, when I say that's how I learned, because I just remember not knowing English. And then all of a sudden, like a semester later, I was fluent. But I think it's easier when you're younger.
Wow. How old were you?
I was 8.
Okay. So
was
you
8.
moved. Okay.
Yeah. So
Were
I
some
got
of your
cable. So I
first-
didn't leave Puerto Rico until after my freshman year of college.
Oh, really?
So I was born and raised in Puerto Rico.
Some of your first American words were cowabunga
Cowabunga.
and pizza.
Yeah.
Pizza.
That hit me right in the field. I was the perfect, Ghostbusters. I have a whole, I have some posters at home. I like the posters that are not like the movie posters. I like to collect the ones that are like from like Mondo, where they do like a collage style. And I have Ninja Turtles, Ghostbusters, Jurassic Park, and Back to the Future are like my holy grail of movies that shaped me.
That's amazing. I take few years ago, I was at Comic-Con with my kids, and there was a really good art print there, and it was of the turtles from the movie, the first movie, on this canvas, and it's just so good and realistic. He did so good on this, and
That's great.
It's me and my boys. It's just the three of us in the house, so we freely have that above the fireplace.
That's perfect.
That
That's
is
beautiful.
the centerpiece. There is nobody to say no.
It's good. It's also good when you have disposable income. Do you have so you have figures too? What are your favorite figures
That I
of
have
all time? Yeah, if you do have them, not as toys or figures, because there's a difference.
I don't know if I have a favorite one. I know that I most recently just got the 88 Michelangelo still in the box. So I'm really excited to add to the collection.
Playmates, action figure.
Yeah, the action figure from the 80s, during the cartoon and stuff.
Yeah. The original ones.
The original.
Yeah, I've been collecting. Remember the 25th anniversary? I was in New York, and I remember going to Toys R Us to check that out because I was working at MTV at the time, and I was just like, "What? The original?" So that's fun.
With the re-release of them?
Yeah.
I don't know because I'm not experienced enough, but is there actually value in a re-release? It seems to me it's
value right
still,
here.
Is that what it is? Did
Yeah.
you buy them?
And at that point, because I was like, wait a minute, that's when I first realized this was 2008, 2009. I was like, I have money. I don't have to ask for permission. So I just scoured eBay, and then I got original the 2000 Turtles. I got all four. I started looking for like the older stuff because I kind of not been I stopped like I'm a very fair weather, like low key collector. I'm not like, but I do buy, and Michelangelo is my favorite. So that's the one I'll just always get a Michelangelo of whatever they have, and sometimes I'll get all four. But like my favorite, for example, my favorite figures are the NECA from it was like almost 10 years ago. They were like this big. They look so good, like the 1990s version.
Yeah,
that's my favorite. They look so good.
So
to this day,
I'm specific with what I have, but it's not that hard to sell me, right?
Okay.
So like, I'm not going to go out and buy every action figure, everything, but I do have every turtle from every movie.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's
like
nice.
Every movie release, every series, I have all four turtles at least. Right. So, and then
that's fair.
And then like a nice, and then a lot of other stuff.
Sure.
Right. And Batman, I like to stick to more Joker and statue stuff, right? Like I really like the statues when it comes to those and stuff like that. Or as maybe they're action figures, but they look like statues. Some of them are legit statues.
Yeah, statues. The detail on some of those are just amazing. I've seen some stuff like I remember I went to Comic-Con a couple times, and I remember they had one. I had one of the Joker. They had the one of Heath Ledger. And it was like life size, and it looked insane. It looked like he was standing there. It was wild.
Wow.
It was wild. There was that, and there was a Game of Thrones one. The knight, the freaking the bad guy, the ice, what is it called? The black. Help me out. What's the bad guy from Game of Thrones? The knight.
Here comes a confession.
Nobody's watched it.
I've never seen an episode.
Okay.
I've had this conversation. I've never.
All right, we'll pivot. We'll pivot. Never mind. The point is, no, it's fine. Don't worry. The Night King. Yeah. Anyway, it doesn't matter. That means nothing to you. No, but what the point is that some statues can be really like wake me up when we're talking about turtles again.
Right.
But I respect that. I just also think it's a slippery slope with collecting.
Yeah.
So I'm always afraid that I try to all right, because then if you just start. For a while there, I was like looking for stuff, and I was like,
have you ever had like the specific thing that you're looking for? Like, I really want this thing, and I can't find it anywhere.
I try not to put myself in that position because it's not a good place to be. Because then I'm like obsessed with like trying to, and that's how. When I get to that point, I stop because I'm like, I don't want to be that person that's like scouring the internet. Trying to go to cons or whatever. Like if I can find it at Target, ideally, or if it's so cool that you can order it, I will. But other than that,
I'm not gonna
for me.
I'm not gonna obsess. There's been a couple things, nothing crazy, but there's been a couple things like I want to finish a collection or a specific Batman, like, where I don't drive myself crazy. I'm not obsessing. But it's definitely in the back of my mind, and anytime I'm in a place that might have it, I'm gonna look for it.
Yeah. And you check in to see.
Right, we're just gonna and you know what? Eventually, I think I found at least one of them.
That's good.
It was the ones that there was the Donatello from the Monster series.
Okay.
From the first one, and then the Batman from the Batman movie.
Okay.
Like the actual Batman figure.
Yeah.
I could never find ever. Everywhere you go, it's Penguin, it's this, it's Riddler, it's that. Never could I find. And then finally, at this vintage toy store a few months back, I'm like, the Holy Grail is here, my guys. I have found it.
Yeah, and you're like, play it cool so they don't upcharge me.
And we went home. I sent the kids to their room. I'm playing with my toy.
Yeah, go to bed.
Don't look at
Leave me alone.
Okay, so you left Puerto Rico when you were, you said just after freshman college in California.
I went to exchange program. I ended up in Fresno State.
Okay.
In California.
How long did you finish?
So I started out originally, I was computer engineering because I've always wanted, all I've ever known is want to do is comedy and acting, but I didn't grow up with anybody in the business, so I didn't know, back then it's like, oh, you have to be a engineer. I don't know what the fuck. So I started out, but as soon as I got to Fresno State, I just started taking acting. I took everything that had nothing to do with engineering, and I ended up transferring. And I switched over to theater arts, and that's why I started doing stand-up in college.
Did you like theater?
Yeah, it was fun. I mean, because I I like, it's both. It's comedy and acting. So I wanted to have that experience also of being in theater, but I haven't really done any theater.
Had you done theater prior to that?
Like high school theater, that's not the same.
Not so
but
just
that
like a
was
high
good
school
because
play.
I got to do Shakespeare, I got to do musicals, I got to do, that was like a really formative experience for theater, which I think it also lends itself for projection and stuff when you're doing stand up.
Sure,
it
and
really
stand
helps.
up and all your TV, movies, stuff
Yeah.
like that. So
Yeah.
I mean,
But other than that, I haven't really done a play. I've done like small things, but
you
like,
hadn't done stand up yet.
in college.
Correct.
Yeah.
Prior to getting into theater arts, you had not done stand up yet.
No, I was always too like, oh, this
You
is
were
scary.
in computer science,
Engineering.
computer engineering.
Yeah.
All right. And then you say, I'm going to get into theater. What was the thought in your head that drove you to making that switch? Because you're changing the trajectory of your life. You're putting a new butterfly effect in place.
Absolutely. Here's the thing. Since I was like probably 13 or 14 years old, talking about like the things that hit you, we're talking about kids movies, like I think Jim Carrey showed up at the perfect time in adolescence where I was like, that's it. That's it. That's what I want to do. Whatever that is, I want in. And so that gave me like a goal. Obviously, I didn't know, growing up in Puerto Rico, like, I don't know how I was going to get there. But at least the good thing I'll give myself props for now as an adult looking at the 14, 15-year-old version of me is that I was pretty much focused. This is all I've ever wanted to do. And there was never going to be a backup plan. So do or die. And so far so good. Because this could have ended terribly. But like I think going to Fresno State and changing and switching to theater arts was like part of the thing of like, well, I'm going to be an actor. I want to be an actor. I want to do comedy. I want to do all these things. And this is the only way. Now in hindsight, had I to be like, if now that I know what I know, I would have dropped out of college and just gone straight to LA just to do Groundlings or Second City. Because I ended up doing Second City also, the improv Second City.
Yes.
I don't know but I ended up doing that as well. And I feel like, but I was still pretty young when I moved out to California. Or when I graduated and I moved to LA, I started doing Second City. But I would have done even younger because that experience of just getting on stage early enough,
So in college, how long did you do computer engineering?
Not even a year, dude.
Okay, and then so 3 years.
No,
of
like
theater.
I did that freshman year, and it was just the basic. Like I never took an engineering course
But the 3 years in
because I hate math.
Then 3 years in theater. But
So I was.
would you have really skipped that training? I mean, don't you think that probably?
No, I wouldn't change it, but I'm saying had I known then what I know now, I would, because I do still think that college is still an experience that I think people should have.
Right.
I've never, like, the academic thing of it all is not like I've never really cared. I've never showed my diploma to get any kind of job. So, but in the sense of that experience, especially leaving Puerto Rico, I think going, for the first time, being by myself and just, putting yourself out in the world. And it's like for the first time, like, I knew English, but it was different now because I had to speak English 24/7. My mouth hurt when I first got there. It was still kind of a struggle because we got to remember, it's not just speaking English; it's showing my personality and jokes. So my brain, as a bilingual person, like you can say you have the same joke, but you have to say it two completely different ways. So it's like I'm working double. And at the beginning, I was like, I would just say the dumbest shit. People would be like, "What?" I'm like I couldn't because my brain hadn't, my mouth wasn't catching up to what I was trying to do. So, but after like a semester, I got into it. But that's also part of like what was part of the training.
As anybody looking for a job, taking it seriously, they have a resume and they send that to their employers. Now, entertainers, no different. So you have a comedy resume, and then you probably have an acting resume as well, separate.
Yeah.
Is your theater major on your acting resume?
It used to be, or I still have it when theater experience. Yeah.
The theater experience.
Yeah.
Did that help? Do you think? So I understand the business aspect of it. Do you think having that on there early on helped you get acting gigs, or did the experience from your theater in college help you when you started getting to these improv houses in different places in LA? Or was it really more your experience from these comedy houses that helped push you and mold you to like start getting work?
I would say that it was just as important because, again, I feel like the experience of doing, taking acting classes in earnest or trying to do theater, there's still a craft. And there's a lot of things that I learned from that I use to this day. But I feel like it's all been everything has just kind of like come together to do what I do. Because I used to be a host, and I never I did hosting for like 7 years when I first started. I ended up being a VJ at MTV. A long time ago.
How cool was that?
And it was interesting. New York really beat me up, but it was it was literally my first big thing. So it was like it hit me right at the perfect time.
And it's MTV.
MTV Tres,
yes,
which is the bilingual. But it's different.
But it's MTV.
But it's MTV. I was doing our version of TRL in the same place. So like I was in the same spot where TRL was shooting. I was going to Times Square every day. I was hanging, so it was definitely, and I grew up with MTV, so it was like very trippy.
Yes, we grew up with music on MTV.
Right.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Music.
Wait, that's what the M stands for. Yeah. But it was, but I even with the hosting is a good example because I didn't go to school for communications. I didn't trying to do broadcast or journalism, but because of the training from acting that I got from the theater, the stand-up that I was just trying, when I was in college and I started doing stand-up at the college. And then eventually like the improv stuff is what kind of came together to help me be a good host. It just came from a different direction. So, and that in itself also helps me now when it's all like circles, the hosting, I could read a prompter like nothing. And that's the skill that maybe not everybody.
Read.
I could read.
Didn't know,
reading is fundamental.
I could read.
Reading something that's moving really fast, dude. That's
Yeah. Could you slow that down?
Yeah, and not look like you're like. Yeah. So it's all been like life. These experiences they've led to the next thing and so on and so forth. So I think all of it kind of comes together. So when I say I would have done the thing, I still wouldn't change it. If there's somebody asking me if I could change it, I wouldn't do it.
Just wanted to call you on that.
Call me on that.
But I do understand what you're saying with modern.
Yeah.
If it was today, yeah, fuck. If you can just go do it today,
yeah,
just go do it.
That's it.
Because
literally.
I think more so, like probably when you were in theater college and just getting into comedy, I think people were more reliant on other people making your career for you, or opening those doors for you.
Yeah.
Was so like having that experience, being in the right place at the right time, all of that was so much more important than today when you can when everybody really is responsible for their own career.
Right. It's been democratized for sure. It was a different time. And that's like our generation kind of struggles with that now because we see the newer generations just not. The one thing I'll give props to is that the newer generations are coming up and they're just doing shit. They're not even asking for permission. We're like, wait, all right, because that's how we grew up. It's just like, oh, let me find, please, can I? And now it doesn't matter.
It's a funny thought and a funny sentence. If I could have all the information I know and be a first-time comedian today.
Yeah, dude.
But you can't.
Yeah.
Because it's
That's the
a
whole point,
career worth of
Yeah.
experience.
You got here because of all those things, yeah. Yeah. It's a conundrum. Yeah, but I liked it. It was, it was a fun time and it serves me.
I have found there's sometimes a difference in, how do I say this politely, green room etiquette from comics.
What did I do?
No.
I'm just kidding. Shit, this is your comment. Yeah, what did I do?
And this is the end.
Yeah.
No, I want to say this politely. I think sometimes there's a difference in green room etiquette from comics who have been in the industry for a very long time and are doing very well versus like some people who just quickly pop on social media and are doing very well.
Yeah.
You kind of can feel it a little bit different. There's a little bit more of a respect.
Yeah.
and maybe even appreciation. Man, I had a wild thing. We've had some comics call in sick.
What?
Now, okay, I cannot.
Like last minute?
I'm not.
Drag 'em.
Last minute. We've had. It's happened more recently than it's ever happened.
Interesting.
And I am very old school.
Yeah.
Right. And I don't remember if I've talked about this on this podcast. It's been a minute if I have, but it's a wild thing for me to go. Just because of the way I was taught and raised in this industry, for me to go, you're sick? You're fucking sick? Are you kidding me?
You're under the weather?
Or it might snow. So we're not like, what the fuck are we talking about? But then it does make you take a step back and go, how toxic could this industry be?
Yeah.
When it trains me to instinctually go, what gives you the right to be sick? Like, it's the only.
You're not allowed.
You're not allowed to be sick.
Yeah.
And I had to question myself on that.
You check yourself.
You did.
Because you want to hate on that, but then you realize, wait a minute, I think I'm the one.
But it's.
I mean, it's an inconvenience either way, but yeah, I totally get it.
I was definitely raised with you just get there.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how you feel in the green room. It goes away on stage.
Yeah.
That adrenaline just and then you can go be sick in the goddamn hotel. Yeah. Right? But I get it.
We grew up with the Michael Jordan flu game, so this is what we like. Do you remember the flu game?
What was with the flu game?
Oh, you don't know basketball?
I know basketball.
You don't know Game of Thrones? You don't know?
Well, I don't know the flu game.
He was sick one day and he played his best game, but he had the flu, so he played through with the flu. So it was like a really famous.
And it's one of the best games he's ever had.
I mean, for being super sick, yeah,
bro,
totally killed it.
Yeah, my youngest is playing soccer, and it's not just because the World Cup is here. It's like he's been playing.
He's consistent.
He's been playing under a year, but it was before all the hype. Sure. He started before the hype, right? So, and it's one of those things I teach him. I'm like, when you're tired, you push harder. When you say I need to stop, bro, you need to go harder, and the harder you push yourself, the better you'll do. Like that's that mind strength. And it's overcoming your own obstacles. Like if you're sick, you just go do it.
Yep.
You can't even think about being sick.
Yeah, I think the problem with that psychology, that philosophy is that then that also translates to when you're in a relationship, you should get out of it. You're like, no, I'm going to stay in this relationship.
No, that's different.
No, I have the flu, but I'm going to stay in it. And then you suffer. That's my lesson. Sorry, I'm getting personal now.
If I have the flu, I want to be in a relationship. So
I mean, metaphorically speaking.
Make me soup.
Metaphorically, yeah. Just being in a toxic relationship and not leaving. That's the unfortunate side effect of like pushing through. Because you push through that stuff too, and that doesn't end well.
That's not the same thing.
It could be. I think it. Yes, because if you have the mentality like you're not allowed.
I'm listening freely.
Yeah, no, I feel like there's a connection to that because speaking for myself, because if like you don't think like you push through all the bad stuff. Bad stuff doesn't have to be just work. It could also be emotional stuff. And I've been in relationships where now looking, I was like, man, I could have just quit anytime, and I still stayed 2 years longer than that, and it wasn't good. But in my mind, I was like, well, I don't want to be a quitter. That's not good, man. So if I could say anything, if you're in a bad relationship, it's okay. If you don't have kids, just get the hell out. Anyway, I'm telling myself from the past. I'm coming from the future to tell myself from the past. Anyway.
I think you're traumatized, my dude.
Yes, that's why I do stand up. I thought that was. What do you think I get material?
Pushing through tired on the soccer field just turned into my entire relationship.
But you don't think so? There's a correlation?
I'm listening. I'm always.
That's a nice way to say no.
I'm always open in the journey of life to grow and be better. And as a parent, I always want to be a better person and a better parent.
I think
I'm having a hard time with this one.
Okay, so I'll try one more time and then I'll concede.
But hold on. Hold that for 1 second.
Yeah. Commercials.
I am not the parent who's going to push my kids Like, I'm not that crazy sports parent.
Okay.
You know what I mean? The mean football
Just like
dad.
yells at him in the dugout behind the dugout.
No,
Yeah.
I am so encouraging and positive and supportive. And if, you know, like, and I know, like, if he, because especially young and stuff, if he misses a goal, he looks at me
Well, to see how you're going to react.
to see how I'm going to, and I'm like, it's okay, bud, shake it off. You're doing great.
Yeah.
I am so supportive. But I also think it's that I have to, as a parent, to tell him, stop complaining because you're tired 5 minutes into a game and fucking run
Yeah.
it. Or why are we here?
Yeah.
If you're just going to be tired, why are we here?
It's a balance.
It's a balance.
And that's also a generational thing because that's how we grew up. Like my dad was the same. My dad was very strict, but he was also a very loving human being. And I played, you know, like that, whatever discipline that I have, it comes from my dad. But I think that's ultimately what it is. It's like there's such a, being a parent is such a line. You know you're gonna fuck your kids up either way. So you're just like, let's see how little therapy is. Like at this point, you just have to give your kids an allowance for therapy. Like, this is gonna fuck them up. Let me just put it in instead of like a savings account. It's just a therapy account.
It's so funny.
But you're right. But I think it's also like very generational.
I mean, we do come from what some people might consider a toxic generation.
Yeah.
Of toxic. Like my dad pulled the belt. I never felt I was an abused child. I could sit here
Me
today
too.
and tell you I was not abused, but he would whoop my ass with that fucking belt in the grocery store.
We just, as therapists will tell you, it does affect you, even though we don't. But there's a balance. No, I'm not. I don't.
Really?
I'm not a victim. Yeah, dude. Have you done therapy?
I don't feel. No.
Okay.
Not enough, apparently.
Yeah. No, I think it
This
does.
podcast, mildly.
This is where, yeah. At the same, I grew up in a generation. Not only did I get the belt, I got to go get it.
He'd pull it out at the
I would go. This is a psychological shit. He'd be like, "Go get the belt," and I would have to go and pick the belt. That's some psychological shit. I'd be like, which one do I want from my dad? That's next level. That's old school.
I know you didn't just bring me this cotton belt. You go back and give me that white leather with the metal strap.
Yeah. Remember there was like one like red, brown belt. Oh, that was the worst one. Anyway.
Yeah, why are you taking your belt off in the grocery store? Your parents are going to fall out.
Yeah.
Put your belt back on.
Yeah. That's why I don't wear belts anymore. No, I'm just kidding.
Did you ever catch the belt?
No, but I do remember the day my dad stopped doing it because I was too old and it didn't affect me. I'll never forget it. Because instinctually, parent, you're growing up, you don't, but at some point my dad went to do it and I went, it's not that bad. And immediately my dad was like, this is done. We're not, he didn't say it, but I could tell because it didn't have the same power.
Well, that's all a parent wants is to strike fear into their child.
I mean, that's the old school. That sounds like trauma. Anyway.
No.
That's okay, man. Hey, this is a safe space.
It's little.
You're okay now.
Children
You're okay
do
now.
what you say out of respect? No.
Yeah.
No. Little children will not.
Yeah.
They will out of fear, though, man.
Yeah. But that
sounds real bad.
That manifests in other ways. But either way, yeah, it's a threat. It's balance because there's an overcorrection.
My kids are gonna thank you.
Thank me
from this podcast.
Oh yeah, I hope so. 20 years from now, I'll be like, hey. But there's also the thing about an overcorrection, which is I think it's also happening where now it's like the opposite. Now it's like, what do you want? What are your feelings? And I think it has to be some kind of balance. I think every generation has to take from the stuff that kind of worked. I do think discipline is important. I don't know if I'm gonna belt I'm not gonna belt my kids.
Don't belt your kids.
But I will probably be like, because they need to. I don't know. I don't have kids, so I don't know yet. But I'm definitely not gonna be like that because I feel like. But the idea of what that means is like, kids should feel like there are consequences to actions. I feel like maybe that's the way. You tell me you have the kids.
I learned very young that spanking was not.
Yeah, I've never got spanked.
Not the answer.
I never got spanked.
Just whipped with a belt?
With a belt or a chancleta. I hate to sound like a stereotype.
The sandal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got that. That's it.
But never with a hand.
Never got I bent over and like, that's crazy. That was always because I never got it. It feels like
you
more
got
demeaning.
a sandal and a belt.
Yeah.
I never did a belt. I did spanking a couple times. And what I realized very early on, I was just teaching him to hit. and I stopped. I'm like, this is wrong.
Yeah.
I need to find other ways to make
You can
this
scare
child
your kids
fear me.
very many different ways.
You
with that.
can.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Put a mask on, hide around the corner.
Okay. Yeah. That's. Take him to.
Give me your money. Wait.
Take him to a haunted house. Is that Dad? What can I do? I just see my dad everywhere. Yeah, there's definitely. I do appreciate though when there is respect, because like my parents also. Because when you get to the point where you can just look at your kid and the kid's like, that's like that. Feel like the respect of like not even like
the sandal is,
but just the respect of like oh okay. And I feel like that's
the sandal is cultural for sure.
Yeah,
and that's something that most American kids aren't familiar with. Right. You know, I mean,
but in context, you know what I mean? Like getting bent over your knee and getting slapped. That seems like a lot.
Sounds fun for me now, but
well, that's the thing. You develop a kink. I'm into it now, but for different reasons.
The belt. It's a belt. That's why I have a belt fetish.
Yeah, I belt fetish. I have to wrap a belt around my. You know what? Let's not talk about
what? Oh, neck. We were going to say neck.
You use a cock ring? No, I use a belt.
It's a small belt.
It's a tiny belt. And I keep training it.
It's actually like a children's watch band. But
yeah. I have a Casio.
Velcro.
Yeah, that's funny.
This is enjoyable. So, I mean, you're staying busy?
Yeah. Yeah. The good thing about where I'm at is in my life right now and career is that I'm always going to have stand up. And it's, you know, in the past, it used to be very seasonal because when I was at MTV, it was so much work. Then, you know, you book stuff and you start working on TV shows or movies and you kind of have to, but I'm always going to have this. And this is what I love. Like, this is the one thing that nobody can take away from me industry wise. Everything else is like, you kind of have to ask for permission unless I decide to become a filmmaker and start doing my own stuff, which I've done versions of. But for the most part, I like the pivoting that I can do. So every year looks different. Some years I'm like all in on stand-up. Sometimes I have to kind of balance it out with projects. But the good thing is like that's why like with all these different things that I'm doing in my career, like I'm able to pivot at any moment.
It is the one thing that is so it's you in with stand up. It is just right. Your own thing. You know, I played music a lot back in the day and I'm just so frustrated always waiting for coked out drummers to show up to band practice or it's just all this. It's frustrating. It was always frustrating.
Yeah.
You know, like once you got to the music, it was great and everything. But like a lot of times I found getting there was so frustrating.
Yeah.
And,
what did you play?
Well, I mean, so I when I first started playing music, I played the bass, and then one band I just did vocals, and then I had this kind of Americana thing. I did like acoustic guitar and vocals and that as well and stuff. So it was just a lot of fun.
Okay,
yeah,
that's fun. But you don't do it anymore.
No,
I'm sorry. I think I feel like I'm touching a wound here.
No, it's okay. I never combined comedy and music until the last couple years, and I'm not doing like comedic songs. I've recently in the past I took a lot of time off between performing traditional stand up and raising my kids and opening the clubs and stuff. So I wanted to get back into it. So I put together this whole multimedia show that I've been building and stuff like that, and it's the most fun I've ever had.
That's great.
Like, and the reactions, like a lot of video work, some music in a non-traditional way and stuff like that. So it's the first time I've ever really combined music with what?
This just started moving. I don't.
Oh, it could be air coming through.
Okay. Just kidding.
Yeah.
It's gonna pop out. But that's good. So you would never do like music here.
If I performed here, but I don't have a screen yet, I got to get a screen here. I'm gonna put one up anyways.
You'd have to extend a little bit for instruments
for like a band.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
This stage can't. I mean, a very small something maybe, but yeah,
one man band.
This is nope. This comedy club through and through.
That's good.
Yeah.
Good,
thanks for being here in Lawrence.
Yeah, man, this is great. I didn't know. I had no expectations because I've never been in Kansas ever.
Yeah.
So this is great. This is a great. If this was the first, like, I hope I hope that the rest of Kansas is like this because
It's not. Lawrence is a
all right. Okay.
Lawrence is a special little pocket of the state.
Oh damn. Okay, so this is the heroine of
a lot of Kansas comes here for a good time because this community in this area is so awesome. Like this downtown area is so much fun.
It feels like it, yeah.
Yeah, so people come from KC, we get people, and then even just here, people come from Topeka, Manhattan, which they come from a lot of the area. So, I'm glad to be here, and it is like we're 45 minutes from the other club, but it feels like a whole nother city when I come down here. It's great.
It's great.
Yeah.
And so you were working with I'm interviewing you now. This is the hosting coming out. You were working with the KC one before you did this, or how did that?
Yeah, that's my club too. I have both, so they're both my clubs.
You had that for a while, and then you decided.
Yes.
At some point, you're like, you know what?
Branch out. Yeah. And branch out.
I love it.
I love this. And it's close. It's a nice second club because I can figure out how to do it.
I like it.
35 minutes from my house.
The energy. I don't know if people sometimes it's hard with like the acoustics are great. And maybe that's a music thing.
Stone, the wood seal, like
the energy, and not even the sound. The energy is awesome.
I've noticed that, and they're so appreciative and grateful to have this club. We like each other, this town and us. So thanks for being here. Where can people find you online?
Yeah, you can find me on Instagram at, of course, it's Carlos. At, of course, it's Carlos. And then from there...
of course, it's Carlos.
Yeah.
I realized that's what you were saying.
I have to say it again because I'll be like, where are you on Instagram? Of course, it's Carlos. We're like, oh, Carlos? Like, no, of course, it's... You know what? So I thought this was going to... It's always harder. So it's literally at, of course, it's Carlos.
You can follow... At, of course, it's Carlos.
There it is.
Follow the club at the Comedy Club of KC or the Comedy Club LFK.
And I heard about LFK. It has nothing to do with JFK.
Lawrence, Funny Kansas.
Is it?
The F stands for funny.
Okay.
All right, we'll see you next week. Bye.